behavior. Is a part of you happy that Cal is dead?
I imagine there was a point when you told your friends and family that you're going off to film a show called Paradise, and I bet they asked you like, "Ooh, what's it about? Is it like set in the Bahamas? Like what did you tell them about the show? Or what could you tell them about the show without giving too much away?"
So my wife will always ask like, "What's the show about? How are you enjoying it?" And I always do this thing where I'm like, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you a little bit, but there's some things that I don't want to tell you because I want you to experience for yourself. The way that I felt when I read the pilot, hopefully you'll have a similar experience when you watch the show. Because nobody wants spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Like they want to know what's going to happen, but it's better to have it unfold rather than explained beforehand. So I tell them it's a show where, I mean, people are dealing with a difficult situation, right? I don't even know if I even say that. But I talk about the president dying, because you know that pretty soon. There's a lot of machinations that are going on behind the scenes in terms of who's vying for control, who is really in control, who looks like they're in control, et cetera, et cetera. And then how do we find out who did what they did and why? That's very vague and also very accurate.
Great pitch for the show.
Yeah, because I imagine like if I was in your position, I'd just be like, "Oh, scary show or serious show or it's a funny one."
Yeah, but it's all of those. There's a lot of good yucks, courtesy of James. James gets me
That's
yucks.
true. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Not intentional, but yes.
It's funny because like as journalists, we got a chance to see the show early, but I had no one to talk to about it.
Yeah.
So that was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who can claim that? I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. That's how it's gonna be. Like the moment episode 1, that's all I can say. Episode 1, girl. Like everyone's just gonna be like, yeah. I'd love for you to react to a couple of comments on the trailers on YouTube so far. Anthony wrote, "This is the second time James Marsden has played the president. He played JFK in The Butler. Why can't the actual presidents look like James Marsden?"
Do they have an Instagram handle?
It's
Shoot
just Anthony,
that to me.
About to get a follow.
right?
Wow. I am blushing.
Good question.
Very. But seriously, could you shoot me the?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
no.
I'm very flattered by that. Very flattered by that.
What else?
Carl wrote, "I'm calling it now. The big twist is that it's a secret zombie apocalypse show set in the White House."
There's gonna be
Love that.
There's gonna be lots
A lot
of
of
people
conspiracy
positing their theories for
yeah,
sure.
love it.
Not a bad one. Not a bad one.
Mental Stillness wrote, "Mr. Sterling doesn't play. He chooses nothing but great projects. I will be watching day one."
I hope. I appreciate that. It's very kind. Every once in a while, I will choose a stinker. So
will
hopefully
let-
they will stick with me when that happens, because it's hard to bat 1,000 shots. This one though, I think I'm hoping that he's correct. Yeah, this one.
Also, you shine in everything, so you don't have
Yes,
to worry.
you do.
It's true.
Yeah,
Glad
yeah.
people appreciate that.
But also, what's it like? Yeah, going off the rails here. What's the next question?
No worries. And finally, you know, when I was growing up, you know, as a kid, I had this belief that everyone was working together towards a singular unifying paradise.
Yeah.
Right. That in time, everything is just always going to get better. But like I learned very quickly that everyone's trying to build their own utopia, and sometimes tearing down someone else's utopia to build theirs. Right. How has filming the show reshaped your concept of paradise?
First of all, that's very
Very
beautiful.
thoughtful, yeah.
You're sharing that with us, of your experience as a kid and what you thought, that hope and that optimism and dream. And I'm sorry that was taken away from you. My paradise doesn't look like the one in the show. But I guess that's because I know what it is.
Yeah.
As you grow through life, I think your image of that might change as well. Or, you know,
It's
like
also just like
redefine.
a testimony. I mean, the sort of bright-eyed wonder and beauty of children. You know what I'm saying? There's no jadedness to it. And it's like, we should be able to all do this thing together to build towards this common goal or whatnot. And then in over time, individually, people tell you like, you're not supposed to hang out with so-and-so because so-and-so is different, right? And we internalize that and be like, oh, why are you so different? And we start to like, where we were once all playing on the same sandbox together, we start making these individual sandboxes for people who are like us.
Yeah.
That's cautionary, bro. That's profound. That's really good. I like it.
Thank you.
Excellent observation.
That was my monologue, because I feel like the show has some of those like powerful moments, you know, like where the whole scene stands still and then there's this very powerful words of wisdom that comes from a character in the show. Yeah. Like, how fun was it to film that? Because like in the first episode, there's already a couple where I'm like, I know people are gonna clip this on YouTube and be like, rewatch that scene because that was real.
Listen, Dan Fogelman, who wrote the script, who's the showrunner, creator, he's brilliant. He's got the gift of the gab. He has dialogue that feels, and when you put it in your mouth and you get a chance to like make it, just chew on it a little bit, it just feels good to say. He puts words together in a really lovely way that are not only just like poetic and artistic, but real and feel like they are rooted in like the human experience. So everybody from time to like, James talks every scene he's in, the president just goes. So like these two people have a ton of dialogue. Thankfully, I chose a role where I just do a lot of listening. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, Xavier, I'll have something to say too. It's a joy to be in the presence of people who are capable of handling text of that level and making it sing.
It's a joy to be opposite you, who can speak 1,000 words without saying it. Yeah. So
you're very intense. It's a very intense show. The whole time I was like, everyone needs to chill. Like,
are you okay?
Yeah, like everyone is just so serious. Like
yeah.
I couldn't even do this.
Yeah.
When everyone's watching the show, what will you be doing to sort of celebrate? Will you be watching with them? Will you just be like exhaling? Are you going to be in the comment section?
You know, it's interesting. I try. So me in the comment section tend to do okay, but you always remember the thing that you don't want to remember. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I try to stay away, but I know I'm gonna look. I know I'm gonna look, especially like this being the first time to have like being an executive producer and have something come out that you had something to do with putting the whole thing together. Like, ask me again in another week and I'll let you know like how successful I was in navigating this whole thing.
Just celebrate anyway.
I'll celebrate for sure.
You hopefully you hear conversations about it, people talking about it, and you know, you want to feel proud of your work.
Yeah.
People are enjoying it, and but stay out of the comment box.
Yeah, I try.
I feel like I don't read them. It's like, I'm sure there's gonna be lovely stuff, but like, you're right. You'll just remember. We don't ever remember the good reviews. We always remember the bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, still the best comment, right? President should look like James Marsden.
That comment, yes, I'll read that. Actually, send that to me as well. The actual text.
Screenshot.
I'll wake up every day and read that to myself.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.